Hi everyone, this is Miss Jessica from Jessica's Art Studio, and today I'm going to be talking about my Spring Equinox art kit. This is a limited time art kit. The Spring Equinox is on the 20th of March, and we are going to celebrate on March 21st, it's a Sunday, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. by creating a little tiny pot of wildflowers, as well as a little tiny creature friend for your flowers, and we'll decorate it with paint and Sharpie and stickers and all sorts of fun things. If you don't have this kit yet, you have to order it before March 9th in order to participate in the workshop. The link is right below. You can look on my website and purchase it there, or email me or send me a message to ask about it, okay? So today I'm gonna go ahead and open up my kit, and we're gonna walk through step by step what we can make with this. Inside of your kit, you guys get a whole bunch of fun stuff. The first thing you're gonna find is your little teeny tiny terracotta pot. Okay, so we'll take this out. Be very careful with this, right? It's fragile. If you drop it, it's gonna break. If you accidentally smack it against something else, it might break. So just be very careful with it, okay? Very fragile. So there's my pot. I have a little bit of potting soil, right? My little baggie. I'm gonna take that out today. We're gonna use that. A little awesome tiny silver shiny baggie of seeds. These are wildflower seeds. They grow best in a shaded area. And I'm excited to see how mine sprout. I planted mine last week, so I'm hoping that I'll get a couple of little sprouts before the workshop so we can see how they look. So I'm taking this out today as well. We have a pack of Model Magic, white Model Magic. The way to add color to this is going to be to use our Crayola markers or any washable markers. So if you're following along with this project down the road, just know that you're gonna have to take your markers out to work on this. We also have a paintbrush, fabulous. We have the 3 primary colors of acrylic paint, yellow, blue, and red. I'm going to use all 3 of them today to paint my pot. So I'm taking all of those out. You're also going to find a pencil in here and a Sharpie, and we might want to use those things when we're planning what we want to put on our pot today. And then, of course, we have some stickers. Save the planet, little waves, all sorts of little things that you guys can use for your project, okay? So I'm going to set this off to the side for now so I have a good workspace here in front of me. Okay, so I've got my pot here, and I've actually done a couple of examples already because you can do any kind of design on this that you want to, okay? There's no certain thing that we're doing. The first one that I did, I decided to give it a little face. This side has a little kissy face, and then the other side is just a really happy little cute pot, okay? And I don't want to tip it over too far because I don't want my dirt to fall out. The second one here, I did a bunch of little happy clouds and rainbows. Okay, I'm so excited for springtime. I cannot wait until the weather is warm again. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for my Spring Equinox pots here, okay? All right, so I'm gonna use a palette today for my different paints because I think I'm gonna mix some of my own colors. I have a container of water here and my paint brushes. I have 2 different sizes today, one big and one small for doing big spaces and a small one for doing details. I also have a paper towel here to sort of dry my brush off in between colors and to make sure that there's no paint hiding inside of my bristles, okay? This is acrylic paint, so it is important to sort of set up your space beforehand. Make sure you have something to cover up your table. Make sure you're wearing clothes that you don't mind getting messy just in case, or put on an art smock, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I think what I'm gonna do on this one today is turn the entire thing into a stripy rainbow pot. So I'm gonna mix up a little bit of each color. I already have red. I need to mix up some orange. So making orange is mostly yellow with a little bit of red, since red is a really strong color, and you can actually see I already mixed some up earlier. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add to this pile. Okay. Also take out my red. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix these together. Awesome, beautiful. Okay, if you want it to be a darker orange than this, go ahead and add a little bit more red. It's gonna be more of a red orange. If you want it to be more of an orange yellow, add a little bit more yellow. Always do small amounts at a time. Okay, you don't wanna mix up too much and then not use it. Also start with the lighter color, which would be yellow, and then add a little bit of red to it. Okay, cool. So I've got red, orange, yellow. I need some green. I'm gonna do the same thing again, starting with my lighter color, which is yellow. Okay, rinse off my brush here, dry it off. And I'm gonna pick a new spot. I'm just gonna go right next door here. Drop in some yellow and some of this beautiful blue. Okay, I'm a really lazy painter, so I'm kind of mixing my colors. It's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. Cool. I'm getting kind of like a lime green right now. If I wanted it to be a little bit darker or more of like a sort of your typical forest green, I would add a little bit more blue to this, but I actually like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. And then I think the last color that I want to mix up is a little bit of purple. So I'm going to take some red and some blue, make one last spot on my palette here. I'm just giving my brush a really good rinse. Okay, and actually I'm going to scoot that over there. Okay, now purple, red, and some blue. A generous scoop of each. Beautiful. All right, now that I've got all three mixed up, I think I can start to do my rainbow. Okay, rinse off my brush one last time. And then I've got all my colors here. I could just use these right out of the tubs if I wanted to. If you don't want to make a spot on a paint palette, just dip it right in there. All right. Rinse my brush and dry it. Now I'm ready to paint. So I'm going to start with a red. I'm going to do red across the top. Again, be very careful. These are very fragile. Have a nice good grasp on it so it doesn't go slipping and falling, right? All right, so I'm just going to spread it all around the top here. Dip it in again. I am going to paint about 1 centimeter or 2 down into the inside of my pot. Okay, as such. Because you might not want to fill it all the way to the brim with dirt. You might be able to see a little bit of that rim from the outside of your pot. So that's why I'm painting just a little bit into it here. Awesome. Red all the way around. Next up is orange. I'm gonna rinse my brush and do some orange. I'm okay if these colors blend together a little bit today, so I'm not exactly waiting for the red to totally dry. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay some orange right on top of it. Okay, there's the orange. Kind of matches the same color as my pot. Next is yellow. Again, rinse and dry your brush every time. Okay, a nice thick strip of yellow. That is my favorite color. And rinse it again. Okay, my fingers are to the point where I might start getting a little bit messy here. You're gonna notice as long as you spread your paint out nice and thin that the Terra Cotta pot actually absorbs it quite quickly, and it should dry relatively fast. So you don't have to wait too long. And yeah, spreading it nice and thin is really the trick. If you've got big blobs of paint, that's sort of what takes a while to dry. Cool beans, I got my green. Time for my blue. Okay, and then I'll finish up with some purple. How cute is that? Oh, rainbow pot. And oh boy, now I'm just actually going to have to switch and hold it around the top very carefully, right? But firm so it doesn't drop. It doesn't necessarily make sense to paint the bottom of your pot. You can if you want to, but it's always going to be sitting on a surface, so you're really never going to see the bottom. All right, you guys, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, okay, before I add my soil and before I add the wildflower seeds. In the meantime, since that needs to dry, we're gonna go ahead and use our model magic to create a little tiny flower friend. You guys, how cute are these? Okay, this is one. Here's another one that I made. I don't know, they're like little monsters, just little buddies to hang out with your flowers once they grow, or something cute to fill it until your flowers start to sprout. All right. To do this part of the project, you are going to need a pack of markers. Crayola markers work really great, any kind of washable marker. We are going to change the color of our white model magic into any colors that you want. You might also want some toothpicks for this next step as well. You notice that mine have little toothpicks in the bottom of them so that when I add them to my pot, they have a little space between them so they don't get any dirt on them, okay? Again, this is a good part of the video to tell you guys that if you are ready to order this kit, just go ahead and click the link below to purchase. Order before March 9th to participate in this workshop on March 11th, okay? All right, let's do the second part of this project. All right, so I've got my markers ready, I've cleared my space off, and I'm ready to start decorating my model magic. I'm gonna take my markers out here, cut the top off of my clay. If you haven't used this before, I have a really great tutorial video on my YouTube channel on the basics of model magic, how to use it, and how to add color to it. So go ahead and watch that video if you haven't yet, just so you sort of know how to use this stuff. Otherwise, I'm gonna dive right in. Take a chunk off here. And then the rest of my model magic, I'm gonna wrap it up, right? Keep it nice until the next time I wanna use it, or until the next little buddy I wanna make for my flower. Warm it up in my hands, okay? First part is to soften it. Okay. Think about what color I want my little buddy to be today. And I think I'm gonna go with green. So I'm gonna take my green marker and I just flattened it like a little pancake in my hand, and I'm gonna color right onto it. Fold it over, maybe I can add a little bit more. Okay. And then go ahead and mix it. Ooh, I'm getting this really cool minty green color right now. Look, it matches my fingernails. Ooh. Okay, stretch it, mix it all up. If I want it to be a little bit darker than this, I can add a little bit more color. So I would roll it again, smush it back into a pancake, okay, and add a little bit more, which I'm gonna do one more time. Okay, roll it up and smush it all together. You can make whatever kind of a monster you want. You can make whatever shape you want. There's a million different ways to make a little tiny creature. I'm gonna go ahead and just sort of recreate this one today because I think this guy's really cute. Slightly different color, but I really like the color that I'm making here, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna roll it into a ball, voila. And then taking my smallest finger, right, just my pinky finger, I'm gonna go ahead and start to make a little indent just in the bottom, pressing nice and light. Okay, and then once I sort of get that little crevice, it's almost like a pinch pot, like a little mini pinch pot, where I'm just gonna kind of pinch the sides to widen it and open it up a little bit. And I'm also pressing in a little bit with my finger, creating a little bit of pressure, so that it's creating a little cap, like a little dome shape, right? This could also be like a really cute finger puppet, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. I like this shape. I think it's really cute. Again, I want to keep it pretty small because I don't want it to take up too much space for my flowers. So I like this size, I like the shape. To make the little eyeballs for this guy, I am going to use some of that white model magic that I saved in my pack. So open it back up, rip off just a little bit, fold it back together. Okay, soften it if you need to. And then we're gonna roll 4 of roughly the same size circles, and I just roll them right in my fingertips here. 1. Roll it and 2. The nice thing about really soft model magic is that it doesn't take much to stick 2 pieces together. It does end up sticking really well, okay, once you have it nice and soft. 3 and 4. These eyes are a little crooked. Awesome. Okay, that permanent marker from your kit, this is a great time to use that. I'm gonna go ahead and take my cap off and add little dots to the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I wanted to, I could use my marker to draw a little smile. I really like the little red lips on this guy, so I'm going to show you guys how to make those little red lips instead. Okay, tap up my marker, take one last chunk, doesn't take much, wrap it up, and I'm going to use my red marker because when red and white mix together, it makes a pink. Okay, flatten this, add a good amount of color, it's just a tiny little piece. Okay, and then we'll mix it up. Okay, and once it's mixed up, I'm gonna split it into 2 pieces, right? This is just super tiny little piece. This might even be too much, we'll see. Okay, split it into 2 even pieces. I'm gonna roll 2 worms. Worms because they're long pieces, just like this, so roll them out. Okay, 1, 2. And then I'll place them next to each other so that they're stuck together, like that. Form it into a smile shape, just a curve. Trying not to squish them too hard, but just trying to bend them into the shape that you want. And then we'll stick it on. Oh my goodness, this is a really happy creature. Cute. So this is where if you have a toothpick or something that you want to stick into it so that it has a little bit of space between the bottom of your clay and the dirt, woo, that's a good time to use those. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab another one here in my little toothpick container. All right, and at this point, my paint is dry on my pot, so I am ready to add my wildflower seeds and put the whole thing together. This is so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna set him off to the side and grab your pot, grab your baggie of dirt, open it up. There should be plenty of dirt in your baggie to make this, so you can be pretty generous with how much you put in. Don't get crazy, I'm not trying to get dirt all over, okay? I'm just gonna place it right here, shake a little bit in. Okay, level it out, and then just using a finger or two, I'm gonna create a little divot, okay, right in the middle of my pot. I'll take my little silver metallic baggie, open this up, and I'm just gonna sprinkle in maybe a teaspoon or so of wildflower seeds. There we go, just top it open. Okay, sprinkle them in. In you go, happy little seeds. Okay, ta-da! And now I'm gonna do one last time, take my bag of dirt and top her off. Okay, gently take your fingers and just kind of press it down. It likes to be nice and snug in there. I want a little bit more, a little bit more, there we go. All right, press it down. Awesome, ooh, this is great. Okay, so now it's full of dirt, it's full of seeds. I'm going to add my final decorations, which would be my little creature. So I'm gonna just squish him in here on the side, like that. Okay, I also really love the stickers that are inside of this kit. So if you want to, you can also use toothpicks for these as well. I will take a toothpick, and you can actually just peel the back of your sticker a little bit, like that, add your stick, your toothpick, and then put that film right back down. Ta-da! And that way you can stick it into your dirt. This guy's leaning. There you go. Ta-da! Awesome! So cute. I love how this turned out. If you wanted to, you could do more designs right on the outside. As long as your paint is dry, you could do a couple designs right on the outside of your pot if you wanted to. You could make other creatures out of Model Magic, since I still have almost over half of my pack left. Okay, All right, you guys, so this is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to see you guys at the workshop to plant some flowers and celebrate the changing of the seasons. I'm so glad spring is coming. So again, you can order your art kit by March 9th. The link below is where you can find this kit as well as several other kits. If you're interested in painting, clay, or drawing, I have several kits that are available year long, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.